am Rutuja Udyavar. I am founder and CEO of Optimum Data Analytics. And through our webinar, ROI in AI, we keep bringing experts of various industries to understand their opinion about the subject. In today's episode, we have Mr. Pranay Sinha. We are very pleased to host him on this episode. And he is Vice President Enterprise Business Solutions at Cencora. Cencora is one of the largest drug distribution company in the United States of America. Welcome, Pranay, to this episode of ROI in AI.
Thank you, Rutuja.
So, Pranay, you are leading one of the largest SAP S/4HANA implementations globally as the foundation for Cencora's digital transformation. How does this program enable AI adoption at scale across the enterprise, and where do you see the most immediate ROI potential?
Great question, Rutuja. So, as you rightly said, I, along with the team, will be leading the S4 migration and transformation program. So first of all, that will be happening in two phases. We'll transition to S4 HANA platform, and then we will transform the critical business process.
Okay.
And that is primarily to bring the value to business.
Okay.
We already have the scope of transformation finalized. When we start designing, and that is when we will factor in scalability. We will factor in the association to business objectives and the planned value attainment.
Okay.
While we are doing that, we will be keeping AI on the back of our mind to make sure that all this has been properly leveraged as a modern solution so that our solution is highly scalable and futuristic.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. Overall, the next question I would like to ask you about AI in life science industry as a whole. So from AI-driven forecasting to inventory optimization, what are some concrete use cases in the life science domain where you have seen measurable ROI, probably both in operational efficiency as well as strategic business outcomes?
See,
so as an industry,
this is how I look at it. AI, to me, I will always look at it in conjunction to other aspects of AI, or should I say the broader intelligent automation umbrella. So every aspect in the life science, if you think about it, the end-to-end, whether it is a customer service, or meaning ordering, or sales, supply chain, finance, each has opportunity to improve their performance, whether improve their operational efficiency, or even to help business attain their objectives by creating some value case which will help them to generate bigger revenues.
Okay.
Right now, I think as an industry, the focus is more on operational efficiency through automation measures.
Okay.
There are many such examples. Some we have implemented here, and some I have experience from my earlier job, as well as I think there are some which we have an opportunity to do. But there are tons of opportunities there. I'll give you some examples.
Yes.
What we have implemented is an RPA to do license check. So in our industry, we do license checks with the state whether we are eligible to sell or whether the customer is eligible to buy, and we do constantly monitor that through an RPA. I've used, again, another intelligent automation tool where we want to give an assistant to the customer service in terms of deciding what kind of product substitution or substitute product can be given to the customer in case that we have lack of stock.
Okay.
This is dependent on primarily on whether the customer is eligible to buy that product. So that agent is doing automatically the work of looking at the I would say the customer's eligibility for the contract and then the product's availability. So we are already But I also see the usage in the self-service while when we are ordering or when we are taking a return, like a kind of an intelligent ordering, like already proposing what customers order by looking at its ordering history and the product and the contract availability. We can that I think is a good use case, or even
Of
doing an
course.
intelligent return when customer can talk to IVRs and do the return when
Mm-hmm.
directly by by talking to an IVR, which is
Mm-hmm.
typically based on natural language processing. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's also a good use case, and certainly we have an opportunity there, and the industry has an opportunity. There are other
Wow.
things
So,
which we can see is in supply chain where we can use it for intelligent allocation, where we can look
mhm.
at what is available, the customer's ordering pattern, and what other programs they have signed on. So there are some more I
Mm-hmm.
have, but I think you had a question.
Yes. No, I was just, making a statement here that the way in which you explained that, like AI, which can be useful from order processing to the return, I think that is really good. I mean, the way in which you're looking at the different type of cases in each of that vertical, I think that thought process is really commendable.
Yeah, thank you. And then there are many cases in sales, like we have implemented, uh, an AI-enabled tool to help the sales reps in doing a better call planning by giving them a
Okay.
and right now, what we are doing is giving them an information from an external sources about the customer when they are planning. But we anticipate to do that by juxtaposing that with internal information and giving them more concrete information and making them better prepared for their call planning.
Mhm.
So these are some of
That's
them.
really useful. Yeah.
Yeah, these are some of them. I can go on and on, but I think
Yes.
that's
Yeah, we will move
the
on to
top
our
ones
next
that comes to
question.
my
Yes.
mind.
So, like AI often offers sort of that probabilistic or forward-looking guidance rather than static, historically accurate reports, right? So, how has this shift influenced decision making at Cencora, and how do you encourage leadership teams to trust and act on AI-driven predictions? And this is like, I feel that
Yeah.
this is really important, like, because AI is in the nascent stage, and it's most of the times it is a challenge to convince or to educate stakeholders about the AI adoption. So, how does that happen in your field?
It is very true. But this is how I would say that in our company with our new CEO, we are very mindful of the value of technology, AI
Okay.
included.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to build the foundation first before maximizing the use of AI. But it does not
Mm-hmm.
mean that we will not be continuing to do AI enabled agents and other initiatives, but we want to also
Mm-hmm.
build the foundation. We are,
Okay.
in fact, as a company, we are undertaking digital transformation initiatives in the space of finance,
Mm-hmm.
customer service, supply chain. But to
Mm-hmm.
supplement that, we are also in modernizing our platforms, which are foundational for our business, like SAP, our e-commerce
Mm-hmm.
platform, data. This is going,
Mm-hmm.
and this will lay a solid foundation for us to maximize garnering the AI advantage. So that's how I look at it. And yes, once we have the foundation ready, once we have moved further into kind of getting the feel of AI with multiple, then we will get into the insights building and prediction, and that is where the trend analysis and and I would say where the looking at trend in some of the critical areas to take decisions versus the static reports. But we are in the
Mm-hmm.
journey, and we have already started the journey. That is the most
Mm-hmm.
positive.
Okay. Yeah, and I just thought one thing over here that companies like Sencora, which are comes under Fortune 20. So, and with a big spread across globe, when they are sort of front runner in technology adoption, I think it becomes easier for next level to adopt those things, because they have already seen the enterprise level implementations. And so, that becomes, I think, easier for next level to, implement in their corporations as well. So, it's really sort of being a pioneer into AI. I think that is I could sense from your comment.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just not AI. Our CEO and our leadership management team, executive leadership, they all very much, and then we all, along with
Mhm.
them, our leadership team, we really understand the value of
Yeah, and you know what? That is, I was coming to that specific question. So that was my next question. So we are talking about leadership mindset and change management. So specifically, this large scale AI adoption requires more than just technology, right? It demands a cultural shift. So what strategies you think are useful to align leadership and probably frontline teams with these AI-driven processes, especially, in regulated high-stakes environment like, life science?
So, yeah, that's a very good question. I think AI adoption, because in the broader scheme of technology, AI is little bit unique in this question's perspective. Uh, while it is very exciting in the world of the AI and the speed of change which it is bringing in the society, it is also causing some amount of fear in terms of people thinking about losing the job. So you're right; it's a very important thing to understand, um, and then, therefore, I would say that training, education, and change management is the first part of it, and where we'll have to understand the value of it. So, while we build the business case around any of the initiatives which we want to take, we also have to be mindful that it may or may not be always meaning to replace or retire a role. Rather, it could also be to not hire and then assist the current set of people to do more. And that's another way, and that is the right way of looking at it. And we certainly will be undertaking those kind of things. But even before that, it is important, and which we are doing quite a few of that, is to do pilot programs, smaller programs, let the people feel comfortable about it and the value it is starting to add. Even though those are all not a high impact, but it gives a flavor of the value AI as a technology is adding. Once people start getting comfortable, once we start doing then the change management and education, then I think it is the next step will be to bring in the stakeholder and get them aligned to start thinking about AI as kind of way as an enabler to achieve their business objective, and their alignment through again education and will have to be done. And once these are done, then obviously if you are having an AI department, you'll have to have governance, compliance, making sure you are ethically right. All that will be needed.
Well said, Pranay. And that leads to my next question. So let's talk about future trends, like looking ahead 5 years. What emerging AI trends do you expect to transform this life science domain?
The speed with which AI is making changes and the way we all have to adopt it fast. And I think that the companies in the industry which will adopt it faster will have a leg over others. If I think from a life science industry perspective, I my I would say take is that it will have an impact on every aspect of the life science industry. So, for example, drug manufacturing and development itself will change, will become much more agile. There will be a lot of predictive analytics which will be used for algorithms of deciding the formulations. Process of manufacturing will be highly optimized, and then thereafter the quality control, the process which was very much repetitive, redundant, will become much more streamlined, faster, and then we'll be reacting faster. If you go forward, then if you take clinical trials, I think the AI will help in better, algorithm analysis to shorten the time of the clinical trials. That's what I think. We will get into a personalized medicine more and more with this kind of things. If we further go into supply chain, I think the demand forecasting is one area, or logistics optimization will become another. Those are the area which will gain a lot of advantage with faster algorithms by using modern AI technologies. And then at the end, I mean, I also think there are many other areas. I can think of one more example is in the patient engagement services, patient interacting with, like a virtual assistant, like a virtual doctor, for your normal, like internal medicine that can be done. Telehealth will become much more advanced. The hospitals will have a better management for patient flow optimization, and then the wait time will be reduced. So like that, or the initial discovery on the patient will be done better to enable the doctor for doing better diagnostics. And at the end, I think regulatory compliance, we have to think it will become much more, I would say, automated, and that will help in being further compliant, right? So these are some of the areas I think will have an impact on this.
That's good to know. I mean, you sort of touched almost all the areas, not just in pharma, but also in healthcare and hospitals. So, it was wonderful to see like how expert like you can think of, 5 years ahead. So, yeah, coming to the end of interview, Pranay, any advice for organizations who are starting their AI journey today, and what they should ensure for early wins and again sort of sustainable ROI while they are using this technology?
My take on technology overall is that as we are transforming and technology is taking the center stage in the business, many of the CIOs are starting to report to CEOs directly. It talks about and it tells the importance of technology for the growth of business. So anybody who is in this realm, I think it will be very important for them to understand the domain. And the more and more they understand the domain, they understand the business, and if they also know the technology, they will be having an upper leg in terms of giving solutions which will be acceptable and easily adapted to the business. That's my advice.
That's good, Pranay. I think it was really wonderful having this conversation with you, and I think our audience of Optimum Data Analytics they definitely must have learned a lot from specifically like the trends in pharma domain, and all the initiatives that are happening in Syncora. I think there is a lot to learn, and yeah, we really thank you a lot for your time today, and we wish you all the best for all your endeavors in Syncora.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
Bye bye.